Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are currently much bigger than we were at the beginning of last episode, and I think that we shouldn't bother to save up for the city at this point. I think that instead, we should just work on building this mine straight away, and we should work on getting our rural areas done. So that'll be fine. We'll work on that. We're going to need to play a little bit of a politics game here, I think, at the beginning. There's so many shifting alliances going on. It makes for some very interesting situations here. These guys just became somewhat large. They just took a bunch of territory there. And I'd be interested in potentially taking other territory ourselves. Now, these guys are allied over here. Is there someone we can leverage these guys against? I'm looking for people that don't have much for allies here. That would be these guys. Yeah, I feel like there's not really great choices here. Okay, so we're going to have to play the patience game. I think there's no doubt about that. We'll work our way through the construction of this mine. That will help our economy, which is good. Our economy definitely needs help. No doubt about that one. These guys swapping over to a bellicose stance over here. I do feel like this is kind of an inflection point right now, where we can either start to really snowball here, or we can get into some bad situations with these alliance webs. That's going to be the way that this is going to go at this point. Carthage is occupied down here? Who's fighting Carthage? Oh, these guys down here. Okay, cool. Well, I hope they have fun with that. That's not really all that relevant to us, to be honest. Religious guidance, huh? We can't afford to pay gold, I don't think. Sorry, we can't afford that. We've got plenty of political influence, to be honest. Political influence isn't our problem. Do we have any law changes we can do? We're on no exchange laws right now. However, all the clans are currently loyal. This would bump up our commerce income by 20% and give us some monthly centralization. Whereas this would give us more monthly centralization as well as monthly civilization change. Getting that going early is probably really good. We're not actually making all that much from commerce right now. So I think the coin minting initiative is absolutely great here. Let's do it. That'll bump down our stability a bit, yeah, but that will tick back up slowly over time. Cool. So these, we need centralization brought up. So this is really the first step in that, right? So our centralization is going to start to grow here. I'm wondering, yeah, we want to stay on religious freedom here, it looks like. The Audaxis clan is troubling. He's arguing that we need to repopulate all the land we've left behind, as our traditions are closely connected to those tracts and villages. Honestly, I agree with him that we need to repopulate, but we are not actually going to get any population growth here. This would make him disloyal. It'll cut into our monthly centralization, but we'll still be positive. I think this is okay. We're still going to be, yeah, 0.07 each month. So I think that's good. Our centralization does need to come up. No doubt about that. So that looks good. We're working our way through this mine. The real question is, how can we get to a point where we're not reliant on allies, right? Right now, we are absolutely reliant on allies. 110% reliant on allies. And that's a problem. It's certainly a problem. What's going on down here? Are you at war? No. Okay. Well, let's look around here and see what we've got for potential alliances. Lobotania insulted us. They're our ally. They want to provoke war. Okay. 20 reasons over here. 82 pops. Are they the big boys right now? these guys here, they're one of the big boys. And I don't think we're going to make friends with these guys. Yeah, no, they're planning our demise. So I think that what we do is if Lobotania breaks the alliance, which it looks like they're going to do, we look to ally over here. That makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, they insulted us again. Sure. So we have 20 reasons not to do this right now, right? But 20 reasons because we have too many relations, and 10 from combined number of allies. So both of those should go down, and I think they'll accept this. If not, we'll have to go alliance shopping, but I think that would work. Yeah, they want to provoke war here. And if these guys are on our side, we might be interested in that, potentially. Taking over these two nations would be absolutely phenomenal for us, economically. They are located within two separate states, which would definitely branch us out from Carpetania. We're not really in a position where we can take over all of Carpetania right now. But I would absolutely love to do it. So yeah, 20 reasons here. We'll just keep an eye on this situation. We're going to have to play the politics game for a little bit here and rely a lot on alliances. And there's just no way around that. That's just the way the start's going to go. So that's fine. No big issues there. As soon as this alliance breaks, I think we have a good... Okay, there it is. It's gone. I think we have a good solution here. Yeah, they would accept this. Beautiful. So they are now our allies. Now the question is, do we want to leverage our shiny new allies here with their 82 pops into attacking these guys? I wish we knew what kind of strength our alliance members actually bring to the table here. We can kind of estimate it based on the pops, right? But I'm not sure how many levies they're actually going to raise up. That would be an interesting thing to know. Is there like a ledger in this game? I'm not sure if there... Yeah, there's a ledger here. Okay, cohorts. This is our cohorts. Right. I think I've looked at this before recently. War exhaustion. Yeah. This is not all that useful. Yeah, not all that useful. Okay. So basically, we can't win against these two on our own. But with these guys, potentially we could. Let's see, what's the pop here? 50 and 85? Okay. And the pops here would be 36 and 26. Okay. We see their levy here. This is exactly the same as our levy, I believe. Yes, exactly the same. Okay. Oh, how awful. We'll take care of this guy. 216 gold? Oh, that's really good. We're absolutely going to take that. I would be delighted to build potentially tribal settlements with it. We have almost entirely tribal pops. So slave estates, yeah, none of these would actually increase our goods production in those locations. Whereas tribal settlements would increase pop cap and tribesman output. So I think we can get all three of these going with that money. That's great. This down here is a farming settlement as it is. And this is, of course, a tribal settlement here. So that gets us a rural building in all of our locations. What's going on over here? Are you at war? You're moving around. They are at war with Lobotania. Wait, but they're not at war with Olcadia? Olcadia aligned over this way. Now, this is interesting. I think we can make use of this. We offer an alliance here. And then we'd need to increase these guys' opinion of us. So relation actions and improve opinion by up to plus 60. Okay, we would need to increase it to 125. So we'd be 10 short. Or No, I think that's wrong. 15 short? A gift would do the trick. So we'll get started on increasing that opinion. And they're no longer considering breaking it. So now we could consider using our fancy new alliances over here to come take over the rest of Carpetania over this direction. So we would end up declaring war up here. These guys are allied with Zoelia. That's these guys up over here. Okay, these are no longer allied. I thought they were, but apparently not anymore, or they weren't to begin with. One or the other. I can't remember. But it would be super doable, I think. We can leverage our allies here to expand this direction and get this chunk of Carpetania, as well as starting to make our way over into this state up over here. It seems reasonable. So neither of these would actually join due to the war balance. Well, we have a diplomat en route to both of these as well. We'll see what happens after the diplomat goes away. These guys are still considering leaving the alliance again. Okay. So 21 June. Sure. So the opinion is now 57. If we have to choose between these two, we should be allied with these ones. There's no doubt about that. War balance of 80. Oh, they are allied over here now. Okay. I must have missed that. What about here? Yeah, they don't think we can win that either. We can attack Lobotania. That's going to get taken over, though. This Tudulia down here is going to be a problem. No doubt about that. Okay. So in that case, we don't have a move here. Yeah, they are in an alliance. Actually, they're in an alliance there. What if we were to declare on these guys? Still minus 80 for war balance. Okay. So they're not into it. Unfortunately, we're going to have to dissolve this alliance. We want to keep these guys on our side. So for now, that'll do. Military access? Who even is this? Oh, that's these guys here. We decline. We don't actually want to help anybody. They're trying to consolidate the same way we are, and we do not want to help them do that. They're going to have to walk around. It'll take them slightly longer. It's a very minor thing. Out of curiosity, what's going on with this alliance? They are still allied there. Okay, so we're going to have to see what happens after this war, or if any of these alliances over here end up breaking. They are now in a war here. Interesting. Hello, pause menu. We'll keep an eye on that situation. For now, we're going to need to let these constructions finish. This is as good as we're going to get for our constructions outside of upgrading this to a city, right? Without expansion. So that's going to be done relatively soon. Fortune is a fickle friend. And we're just keeping an eye on this situation down here. I really want to make some moves and become a bigger player in the area. Where we are right now is a fragile position. Very fragile. Military access from Lobotania. Actually, that one we accept. Lobotania can come through our territory. I don't know if that grants bilateral access like in Europa. Maybe it does. But Lobotania, we want them to, you know, not get full annexed here, which they're going to do. I'm pretty sure they're going to get full annexed here. Which is going to be a bit of a problem for us. Okay. So that's fully annexed at that point. So they have 105 pops. They have a civil war progressing. We'll see if that actually happens. Now that's interesting. These guys almost think that we could take this. What if we brought these guys in? I'm going to wait for the Civil War to progress a bit. Call to arms. They started a war against Editania. Okay. Editania's out over this way. They shouldn't need our help. We'll keep an eye on the Civil War status. If the Civil War breaks out, we're definitely going to take action. I want to put our trade on automatic. Where's our trade at? That's technology. I can't remember. It's been too long. Okay, trade overview. Accept all trades, block surplus. Cool. There we go. So, our ally is going to win over here, right? That's pretty much a given at this point. We're going to let them do that. They're just doing their thing. For the time being, that seems reasonably fine. We're keeping an eye on this Civil War position. It'll break out in 12 months right now. If the Civil War happens, that's kind of our go signal. So we're hoping that this war is over by then. Our ally is also consolidating a lot of territory here. We'll need to deal with that. But that's not a bad thing in the short term here. In the medium to long term, it's a potentially bad thing. But we'll see how that ends up going. Why are you walking to our territory? Okay, we'll just let them walk in, and we're going to fight them here. Sure. Like, this is just free. Cool. Now we get some more contribution. Excellent. So that seems reasonably fine. Are these guys... Ooh, now that's interesting. We would be breaking a truce here, so we don't want to do that. But this is a potential possibility here as well. So we'll keep an eye out on that. The real question is, does the Civil War happen? Because if it does, that is a clear go signal. Oh, a petitioner. How awful. We'll take good care of him. 144 gold there. So we need a lot of gold to found this city, right? 350. That's going to be a while before we get that kind of gold. But we broadly have nothing else to spend our gold on at this moment. So we're not going to be too concerned about that. This is now fully occupied, and that should end the war. Any moment now. We can call down an omen here. I would not mind going for just like tribesman happiness. Yeah, there's that war over. Okay. So at this point, let's check in here. 6 months until that civil war, allegedly. I do want to disband our levies here. Wait, did that say that we weren't going to be able to re-raise them for... Okay. Only a few months here. February of next year. That's not too bad. So we'll keep an eye on this Civil War status. 34.01% of the total power base are disloyal. So it's not actually progressing right now. Sad. Well, let's see, now that they have this territory, what they think about this potential war balance. They like it. So who would we be fighting against? We'd be fighting against these guys, and these guys, and Terdulia. If we're going to do this, we should, I think, shop for additional allies. These guys would be fine. These guys would actually be rather excellent. So we shop for an alliance here. And that immediately gives us too many relations, obviously. But then we declare a war down here. Well, we need to wait until 7 February. Okay. They want to call us into this war. Fine, whatever. This war was already happening. So for the moment, this is okay. Actually... Okay, these guys are not in it. Just wanted to double check that. We're not actually going to help them here, I don't think. I don't think they need help. This was pre-declared, right? So that should be okay. So now we would call them into a war over here. Which they would actually join. They have 10 reasons to do so. They're in another war. And our war goal would be to take Carpetania. If we can cut into this alliance down here, that's going to be a big, big deal. Absolutely huge. This would be a big power play if we pull it off. I'm just thinking about the risks here. This is one of those early game risky moves that if it pays off, it will pay off extraordinarily well. However, I want to point out, I consider a risky move to be anything less than like 80% odds. I think that we have probably like 60 to 65% odds here. And I think we go for it. Yeah, I think we go for it. With both of these coming in, it seems okay. Cool. Okay, they actually refused our call. That's very rude of them. That's very rude indeed. It said that they were going to accept it with 5 reasons. Huh. Well, these guys accepted the call. Are we still allied over here? No. So they broke their alliance. Noted. And yeah, no one will join in because we're at war now. So that's going to make things interesting. For sure. These guys are a bit weakened, though, at this moment. And we'll see how this ends up going. It's going to be interesting. We have our friends over here on their way down. And Arcia here. We're still in this war. Okay, that's very strange. I wouldn't have expected them to do that. But our ally has decent numbers. Okay. We see these guys on their way in. Can we get out? So we would get out on 16 April, and this would be arriving in 18 April. So yes, we can get out. Wait, the battle will be in 12 April. It's these guys that are the problem. Gotcha. So we would need to come in here. Okay, this is definitely a problem. We do have cash, though. We could hire mercenaries here. And we probably should. All things considered. Something like these guys, yeah, they're going to be expensive. But we can run them for a while. So we would bring them down over this way. We're going to have a problem here, and this is because these guys move at, like, different speeds, right? So I want these guys to work on getting out and making their way up over this way. Yep, these guys are going to die. No doubt about that. We didn't lose all of our forces there, though, so that's good. These guys are retreating out over here in an awkward way. And apparently, we're going to get caught here. We may or may not win this, but reinforcements are on the way. We're trying to retreat. There we go. We're just going to retreat. So our mercs are on their way in, right? And we can't actually move through here, which is sad. But our allies are coming in down here, and we're getting swarmed up this way, which we kind of expected, to be honest. So I'd like to get out of here, but we don't really have any way to do so. When are we going to arrive down this way? Well, it'll be a bit yet. I want these guys, they might get stack wiped. We'll see. Okay, no, they didn't. They're just retreating out over here. That's fine. So this is absolutely great. We're going to move down this direction, black flagged. And for the moment, our mercs are working on reinforcing. Okay, these guys are immediately getting attacked by these guys, which is very rude. They just arrived at their retreat point. Okay. They're retreating up over here now. Sure. So our mercs are currently in reorg mode. Now there's 5k here. We're going to pop over this direction. Well, we're going to have to go around. We're going to have to go up over this direction. We're currently working on getting the merc morale up, right? That's the goal. Both of these guys are retreating to the same point, which is nice. Our allies are down over here, doing some battle, although I think they're going to lose that, possibly. Yeah, they're going to lose that, and lose it badly. But I want these guys to go onto unit reorg right now. We need to get their morale up. That is the current top goal. We accept this offer. And we're going to immediately call them in. They wanted to join us. That's these guys up over here. So, sure, we'll absolutely take that. So our mercs are in unit reorg right now. Fugitives are crossing the border. We'll welcome them. Okay, so our mercs are reorging. These guys are working on getting this all put back together. And realistically, this war here, we would like to peace out of, but we actually can't do a white peace. Sure. For the time being, that's fine. Okay, we're up to 61% morale with our mercs, and these guys are going to turn around and start heading over this direction. Beautiful. This battle down over here is kind of irrelevant, right? We need to get our mercs fully reinforced here. We're up to 84%. So one more month tick should do the trick. And yeah, we're going to run out of cash eventually. That's understood. One more unit reorg here. There we go. We're going to come off of unit reorg, and we're going to go head in over here. So we can see here that they're actually splitting up, and we're going to see about allowing... Oh, we locked in there. I was expecting it to lock in here. I don't like that. Actually, this is pretty good. These guys left at the same time. No, this is good. Beautiful. So we're going to kick these guys out of here. We see this battle happening up over this direction. Sure. That's all well and good. This down here, I would very much like to get out of this war. We cannot abandon our allies until 36 months have passed. That's going to be June of next year. Okay. So for now, I'd like to move down over to here with our mercs. And I'd like these guys to move in over here. Actually, let's stack everybody together. So we're going to come in over here. And we're going to get this siege underway. Utilizing our mercs here. Prosperity. Actually, national tax would be really good here. That will buy us more time until we run out of cash and lose our mercs. So that's beautiful. I would like to grab our mercs and go fight this force. This is slightly dangerous for these guys here, but we know that these are headed this direction. So for now, it seems broadly okay. This is a messy war, but we knew that it would be. So we're going to come up in here. We're going to be the defender, I believe. The terrain is to their benefit? Okay, maybe not. But we easily win that. Beautiful. So they are kicked out of there. We're going to head up over this direction and start working on getting some of this taken back. And cutting off their resupply over this way. I'm a little concerned about this situation, but our ally is piling in over here, so I think they can handle it for the time being. That is the theory. Cool. So we're going to take this back, then we're going to head up over this direction for right now. And that's all good. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see if we can continue to get some progress here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Shadow Wolf, MLohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Andy Magar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.